lads, today I am doing a video on something that I am very passionate about and like very few people know about it, and it's such a weird specific thing I guess to be passionate about, but I really wanted to make this video and it shouldn't be too long, but I'm gonna get straight into it. The video is basically why self-efficiency is such an amazing thing, and I'll explain that my passion for self-efficiency probably comes from the fact that I have this deep wanting for independence, especially when you're 19 and living with your parents. So, you know, I have limited independence because, you know, my parents will make dinner and they'll do the laundry and stuff like that out of wanting to, out of habit, out of being parents. Obviously I have a younger sister, blah blah blah. So I try to do everything I can, but also because I love saving money. And being self-efficient means you save so much money. So I'll get into the things that I do the most, basically. The first thing out of everything that I do is I cut my own hair. My fringe is already overgrowing, but I literally cut it 2 days ago. My hair, yeah, I cut this as well. The only thing I don't do is dye my hair. Because I have curly hair, I get very scared that I'm gonna mess my curls up, so I do go to the hairdressers for that. But so many people dye their hair, and it's something that can very easily be done once you learn how to do it. So I do kind of want to learn how to do it, maybe at some point, because you can see like my roots are growing out. But when I go and get that re-dyed, usually, which is like once every 6 months max, they do also style my hair. So they style my hair for me, and then 6 months of me just reshaping it, basically. And it's so much easier, I think, to cut curly hair because if you mess up, it's not as obvious as with straight hair. But I do cut my sister's hair, my dad's hair, I even cut a bit of my mum's hair. Because I've done it for years now, I've cut my hair for years. So yeah, that is like my favourite thing to do. I'm not afraid, like when I see my fringe overgrowing, I'm just like, ugh, and just, you know, cut my hair. And it's not that hard if you watch like one video on like how to cut your hair. I'm not saying style the hair, I'm saying cut your hair. It's not that hard. So for example, even with straight hair, my sister has straight hair. And when I cut hers, I cut off a lot of hair because she wanted me to. And you just have to see how the hair falls to cut it. You don't bring it all to the front and cut it at the same length, for example. You have to kind of cut in the way that it falls, you know, however that is. So one very quick search on Google is going to help you with that, and then the rest is literally just confidence. Because I remember the first time cutting my hair, I was really scared, and then after I did it, I was like, oh, that was nothing, and I looked great. So there's that one. The second one is making my own clothes. Obviously, if you know me, this is a very new one for me. I have a small sewing machine. I've been learning to stitch, hand stitch, and it's been really great. 2 days ago I had like a hole in my sock, literally where my big toe was on my left foot, and it was bugging me because I mean obviously first of all it's annoying, but I love the socks that had the hole in them. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stitch this. I stitched it perfectly. I was so proud of myself, and it hasn't come undone. It didn't rip off. I wore it for 24 hours. I was like so impressed by myself. And obviously making the new trousers that I made, if you haven't seen that video, go watch it now. It's called Happy Chronicles episode 1, making my own trousers for the first time or something along those lines. Making that has been amazing. I now have a new pair of trousers that first of all, I needed a new pair, and I didn't have to spend to make that new pair. Fabric costs so little compared to how much like real clothes actually cost, and most of the time when you do pay for fabric, you're actually paying people who actually kind of deserve it, instead of, for example, a massive company who don't actually pay their workers who make the clothes. So it's just a whole lot more sustainable and like correct morals of some sort, basically. and I cannot wait to make more clothes. Like, I am so thrilled to make more clothes. I'm thinking of making like a proper like gown dress kind of thing for my birthday, since it's my 20th this year. So yeah, I don't know, I'm very excited. It makes me very happy, and plus when you make your own clothes, you can make it as perfect as you want. So your own pattern, your own physical pattern, because obviously the pattern is what you call the measurements, so it's your fitted to you perfectly. The actual physical pattern of the fabric, how it looks, how it's cut, everything is up to you. And so I think making your own clothes is cheaper, more sustainable in a sense, and just chef kiss, it's perfect. I love doing it. So then we go on to a third one. Now this one I feel like I'm gonna get grilled for talking about, because if people who know me personally watch this, because I don't do this one, but it is a good one. Oh, I kind of do this one. Okay, anyways, cooking for yourself. Here's the thing, I only say this because I know this is such a everyone fucking does that kind of thing, but it isn't, because I don't cook, and if you put me in a kitchen it's gonna set on fire. However, saying that, I have been learning. I know how to make basics anyway. I've known how to make basics for years, but like pastas and soups and stuff. But I am learning, and I'm just reflecting on the amount of money I'm saving because there was a time last year, I think like literally September to November maybe, I bought coffee every day, like because I am at home like pretty much every single day, because I only go to uni for one day, and then obviously if I went out with my friends I wouldn't, but I would buy Starbucks every single day and order food with it, and I was spending so much money. And the amount of money I have saved from just literally, I made my own coffee recipe first of all, which is gorgeous, delicious, love it. And also you can just get like instant Starbucks coffee packets, which is like the same price as one drink, and you get 10 in that, so that as well. And making my, I mean, I've always made my own breakfast, but like lunch and stuff, you know, I'm learning, I'm getting there. But I know it's such a what the fuck kind of one, but I hate cooking. I don't hate it, I just really don't like it, and I'm not good at it. But it is obviously a very important one for most people, at least. I don't think it's necessary. But here we are. Next one is also a kind of what the fuck one, but I'll explain. So I don't have any interest in driving, but I love traveling alone. So because I don't drive, I'm very lucky to live in London, so public transport is the best it is, you know, compared to anywhere else. And this is definitely something that most Americans won't understand, because you're either 16 and you drive or you walk everywhere, okay? Like, it's terrifying how many people drive in America, because I cannot name any one of my friends that drive. Not a single one. I obviously mean in real life friends. I had one friend in secondary school who drove, and she used to drive me home after we had class together. But that is the only person. I don't have a single friend that drives. You know why? Because public transport is fucking beautiful and I fucking love it, okay? I fucking love it. But obviously people who don't drive, I feel like this will definitely go for like Americans a little bit more. It's like relying on other people to get you around really bugs me. I hate it, unless I'm like suffering on my period or something and I'm like, Dad, can you take me to so-and-so, basically. But getting around on the bus, on the train, these are such important things, and it's really weird because when we have visitors, like family or something, come from out of London, people like mine and my sister's age, you know, they don't understand public transport, and it's really weird for us because we're like, there's a lack of independence there. And it's like, we can just leave the house, get in a bus, go wherever the fuck we want, and these people have to stay home or rely on parents and stuff. Obviously, these are things that, you know, if it's within your reach, within access, you know, something you can access, because people have parents who don't want them doing certain things. But if you're younger than me and you live in the UK with public transport, or you've never tried public transport, if you live somewhere else like America, because American buses are very scary to me, try it. It's fun. I love it. Actually, people from New York use the metro a lot, so that's a bit different, but like same vibe. New York / London, same vibe. That it's so much easier than driving when you live in big cities, because big cities traffic is insane. Especially driving in New York looks like hell, and I'd just be like vibing on the train. Anyways, next one. This one is something I say to everyone and no one listens to me or believes me, but I'm saying it to you right now and you better listen to me. Start your own business. Start your own business. Listen. I'm not trying to rant to you right now, but it is a fact, factually speaking, that like companies, high streets, all that are dying the fuck out, okay? Online is where everything is at the moment. Not that I like it that way. I love, you know, being able to do stuff physically. I don't want that to ever leave. But you're more likely to have something long term in terms of business online. And everyone, whenever I say this, they're like, yeah, but I don't have any talents the way you do, you know, like you're creative. You can do anything. You can literally do anything. I was reading Crying in H Mart last night. I finished it, by the way. And in the last chapter, Michelle Zorna talks, it's a memoir, so it's about her life. She talks about how when she was working in a fucking pizzeria, her boyfriend was at home translating everything in an essay from French to English and getting money that way. Whereas she was suffering in a company, overworking herself with working from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And, you know, she hated it. She was exhausted. Her mom just died. And he was just in bed vibing. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. You can do anything that you want to and earn as much money as the next. I have loads of friends who don't have jobs my age. You know, they rely on their uni money or parents. And I have loads of friends who have jobs and have had jobs for a long time. But a lot of jobs like working in Tesco's or retail. And I grew up with my mum in retail. We were not well off for like, until like last year, to be honest with you. And watching retail and jobs kill my parents was like an instant don't fucking do that for me. And I'm very lucky, of course, I'm not taking anything that I have for granted, to have said talents and access to things like tarot, which is my job, like technology, like this fucking expensive camera my nan got me for my birthday, like a laptop that she got me for my other birthday, like a small sewing machine that my dad got. I know I'm very lucky to have the ability to have access to these things, even if it's new access. And I also know I'm very lucky to have creative talents. I know I'm lucky to be able to make music and sing and make art and write books, 6 novels, and blog and interview musicians. And I know how lucky I am to do that, but you know what? I wasn't born out the womb doing that. It is something that I practiced every single day. Singing was something that I did without noticing all the time as a child. I wouldn't stop singing in the back of cars. The second I got into the back of a car, headphones were on my ears and I didn't notice, but I sang every second. So imagine how much time as a child you spend in the back of a car and how much I sang. I was awful. I have literal homemade videos of me singing as a child. I sounded fucking awful. And there are children out there who sound brilliant. I'm not saying I'm an amazing singer, but I fucking passed my music with flying colours at A-levels. Singing. It's something you have to practice. Do I think now that I've made a pair of trousers that I'm an amazing clothing maker? I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. No. Do I want to eventually start selling clothes? Yes, because the reaction to my personal one pair of trousers that I made was amazing and everybody loved them. Even people in real life like, I love your trousers, where did you get them? And I'm like, I made them. And I know it's you have to notice what people want. So when people start reacting that way to things you make, that's how you know that it's going to be an audience, people who want something. And that's all you need for a business. The second I mentioned I did tarot, the amount of people who asked me for readings, I was like, I immediately need to do this. And I did it. And now it's a business. Now it's my life, it's my job. Even though I don't make money on YouTube yet because I don't have 1K subscribers. I have enough views, watch hours, but you know, I love it. And I'm gonna keep going until I can make money with it. And I'll keep going after that. You know, you don't have to be the most talented person on the planet to start your own business. I'm very lucky also in one sense to have started social media very young. I got Instagram when I was 11 and that's why I have a big-ish following on there. But also it helped me understand how social media works, and from learning that since then I've noticed how social media works on all platforms. I understand algorithms, I understand everything behind social media, and I use that to my advantage. Okay, so it's not hard. It's not hard to do. I do several things and it's quite excessive for a lot of people, I guess. Obviously, like, I do social media, I do tarot, I do, you know, so I do interviewing musicians, I do everything, right? And it's all under me, under my name. I don't work for anyone, and it's bliss, and I'm never gonna work for anyone ever. I might not make loads and loads and loads of money, but I make good enough money for where I'm at right now, and I'm happy doing what I do, and I'm passionate about it, and I'm not worried about going under or not earning or whatever. I don't have those worries. So even if you have zero talent but you're funny, pick up a fucking camera, dude. Even if it's an old film camera, that's so on trend right now. If you like, you have a granddad who has that in the back of his garage, get it if you can't afford a new one, because I promise you that's on trend. That's another thing you need to learn. Pick up a camera, do something in front of it and fucking post it. Here's the thing, I always say influencers die out, right? So like people who are just pretty die out, right? So like they'll get a few brand deals, but it won't last long because we age. If you are your personal product, it's not gonna last long. Videos where you create things within videos, where you tell people things, teach people things, that's different. But if you're just pretty, it will die out. So I'm not saying become an influencer on Instagram. Please don't do that, like, at all. Do something, give something, make something. That's what people want. I have friends who make hats, and I have friends who make ceramics, and I have friends who do astrology readings and earn so much from it. And I have friends on fucking OnlyFans, okay? One of my friends is in the top 0.3% of OnlyFans. I cannot express to you. I have a friend who works in retail, in and out of jobs every month, and she's so unhappy. And I say to her every time, you do tarot, you are creative, you are artistic, do something for yourself. It's scary, yes, of course it's scary, and like the first few months are rocky. You're not gonna get loads of money at first, but I've been doing tarot for over a year now, almost 2, and I'm great. Things progress. It doesn't, you know, it's not the same as going and working a job and getting your paycheck, right? It's different, but it's fucking fun and you enjoy it and you can do it in your own time. I don't have to exert any energy and worry when I do my own job. And also, someone who is chronically ill, hence why I go to uni for 1 day, I can't have a normal job. I get exhausted after 5 hours outside. My social battery, and yes, I measure, is quite literally also 5 hours. And I have to take medication every day, and that's not something that I want to do in public or around other people, not because I'm embarrassed, but just because I'm uncomfortable and I need a constant fucking heat pad, okay? And I'm very sensitive to the cold, and like, I know it sounds pathetic, but I don't have the ability to have normal jobs anyway. And when I'm on my period, for example, if you don't know, I have polycystic ovaries and endometriosis, I can't leave the house for the entire week. And it doesn't affect me because I go in for one day. But if I had a job, I'd miss out on a whole week worth of money. Whereas I don't do that from home. From home, I can still work, I can still do tarot readings from the comfort of my own home. So please, please, unless your like fucking passion is like being a fucking doctor, do something for yourself. Make a business. It doesn't have to be super strategic. Just make money from your passions, okay? I even make money from fucking Depop and selling shit. So like, even if that's your beginning and you go on and, you know, please. I cannot stress it enough. Okay, rant over. Next one, 6. This one's fucking stupid, but I find it really funny and it's very recent, so I thought I'd add it in. But I got a back brace. When I was younger, I got diagnosed with scoliosis and they thought it was because I fell downstairs, which also I don't remember happening. Apparently fell down at Greek school, and my teacher at Greek school was like putting like pseudo cream on my back where I got hurt, and she noticed that my spine was like, you know? And so yeah, they're like, she has mild scoliosis, yeah. And it's never gone away. I could have corrected it, but I didn't. Basically, correction is like you practicing your posture from a young age, and I just didn't do that because I didn't give a shit. And now I do. So I got a back brace. That is something that doesn't cost that much money. My back brace was under £15, and it came from a very lovely place, a woman who has 2 kids, and this is her business. And see what I mean? Like, we support each other when we do things like we make our own businesses. Anyways, I've been wearing the back brace and it has worked, and it is working, and I love it. You can wear it under clothes, and I feel like I'm like, instead of going to like professionals, and which might be safer, I don't know, so I'm not trying to say, you know, do stuff outside of medication or anything, but instead of going to people to help me or whatever and, you know, giving all these people money and stuff, I'm just doing it myself. I'm buying a back brace and I'm straightening my posture and I'm fixing the fuck out of it. Okay, next one. Last one. This is a very simple one, but simple things such as doing your own nails and stuff is very, very important. I spent a lot of money last year on getting my nails done a few times. And although I don't regret it, I love my nail place. They are legends and lovely, and they're amazing at what they do. Also, if you hear that ringing, I'm watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, but anyways. But I want to be able to do my own nails. I want to be able to do my own acrylics. I want to be able to do my own gel nails. I learned at a young age how to do my own makeup. I'm not like a fucking makeup artist, but I know what looks good on me, right? Because my skin is very clear, I don't need to really worry about concealer and foundation and concealer contour and all that. I don't go to that extent. I just put a bit of concealer under my, because I have dark bags, and curl my eyelashes because they're already long. I don't need mascara, and I just put fake freckles and lip liner and lipstick, and that's it. But this is what I mean, like, you have to learn what suits you, what you are comfortable with, what's good for your skin. You know, skincare, for example. Instead of going and getting fucking facials all the time, you can just do it yourself at home. Okay, it's important to know what your skin likes, to know what your body needs. And I actually have a video coming out on habits to have in your routine, which adheres to what your body needs and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to do that. But yes, that's the video. Maybe I spoke for too long, but it's fine. Maybe you didn't listen, and that's also fine. Just become self-efficient, please. It's so fun. I love being self-efficient. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you later. Bye. I didn't do the kiss. Mwah!